The more they tell me, the more I hold in you close. I could never let you go. Miss Ocean, girl, I'm coming home, I will see you again. All day through the night, I'm dreaming. Yeah, Miss Ocean, when you turn it up, make it smooth, my darling. When outside is pouring rain, say put a pot on the fire. Bubbling, you're bubbling, you're bubbling, it's over.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. We have another rainy one today, well, at least in Port of Spain. We praise God and give Him thanks for another day. We ask Him to measure the rain this morning, and if there is rainfall during the course of the day, because we have seen the challenge of flooding in our country, and we really don't want people to face too much of it again. We are grateful. We're grateful for another day. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning to everybody out and about working. I see a umbrella popping out as I pulling in to park. You know, when the rain started, people on the move, on the road, doing what they need to do to survive. But more than that, and I want us to think more than that as well, contributing to Trinidad and Tobago, being part of a bigger picture, an important bigger picture of a society, a country, where we all serve each other, right? We all work for and with each other. So let us keep that in mind, right? Blessings, everybody braving the rain. And as you brave the rain and you get to your respective places of work, smile. Smile. We sometimes cannot control the exterior circumstances, what is happening around us, but the way that we react to it, the way that we respond to those circumstances are within our control. Let us take control of our lives. Right? Let us take control of ourselves, and let us put forward the best version of ourselves. I read in the news this morning, and I wanted to share a little bit of what is in the news with my fellow citizens, and then we can probably have some discussions around it. I looking at the newspaper, and the new Commissioner of Police, Guevara, right, looking at a newspaper as well, article, that joins TTPS to be a role model for his son. That's the article that he is looking at, and I am looking at him holding up that article. That joins TTPS to be role model for his sons. A really profound statement, a really profound action. If you have joined the TTPS with other things in mind, it's not too late. It's not too late to reconfigure your thinking, to change that, and to now head on a course that is better than whatever you had in your mind. My children and her class had career day yesterday, and I don't think I saw a police officer, but I saw an army officer in the mix. The power of family and good examples. So my daughter insisted she wanted to be a baker, right? and my sister, one of my sisters, is a baker as well. So she insists, right? So she went with a little baker hat and all, whatever. We need to set proper examples. We need to be role models for children. We need to act in a way that people could look up to. You know, people could look up to us. First of all, certainly our children. Right? Your children does have a little bias towards you because you are who they know now. So, if your children ain't looking up to you at all, boy, yeah, fix that quick. Fix that quick. My father as well, for 10 years, was a police officer. Serves with distinction. Trinidad and Tobago Mounted Branch was his home for a long while. And always a man of excellence, one. Always a man who took pride in what he did as well. So everybody knows clean boots and sharp uniform. And, you know, he would mention back in the day, the police service was the police service. I don't want to go into much into what he meant by that. But just the respect, the standards, the conduct of officers was to a certain exemplary standard. Obviously, human beings fall short in all things, so not perfection per se, but we are addressing, and we as a society have to address the downward spiral in not just the behavior of our children, but the behavior of adults. And this takes me to another point, because I read what our new commissioner would have spoken about. Be careful what you read as well, because the news even chooses to highlight what they feel they want to highlight, the editors as well. Sometimes what you read or what you see in a short 1-minute clip from a 20-minute speech is not exactly the tone or what the message was in totality. So we have to be very, very, very careful as well, right? I just warning the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago who digest what is written and what is published. So, you know, he would have spoken about the service itself. He would have spoken about them becoming superheroes again, them acting in a manner that is elevated in conduct. And we look forward to that. There's a lot of work to do. Again, it is human beings, so it's not going to happen overnight, but we can put checks and balances in the institution to ensure that people are directed towards better conduct. Right? We can. And we will. We will. So, you know, I give the Commissioner of Police that kudos that for addressing himself, themselves first of all. First of all, addressing themselves and their conduct and their actions as role models. And then he went into asking the wider population, as all law enforcement, as all commissioners of police, as all leaders need to do, encourage and ask the wider population to to take part with them, to help, all hands on board. And boy, how anxious I am to help. I mean, we help in our own way with our discourse, with our interaction with teaching. Again, thank you very much to all the callers of 91.9 FM, all the viewers, all those who share. You know, I ask people to share the little lives and little information, and I see it actually. I see it shared online sometimes. The thousands of views that the program is getting is because of you. The ears that listening in the cars this morning coming to school or to work, you know, is because of you, because of those who tuned into something sensible, who choose a little sensible discourse over it. A bacchanal on the radio this morning, I sure. It's a music, and music nice, right? Like I said, I wish I could play more music, but because of copyright stuff and because we are on YouTube and Facebook, which has such a wide reach, you know, we can't do that. But it have other options at the bacchanal this morning. It have that. And many people have chosen to tune in to listen to something sensible for us to discuss important aspects of Trinidad and Tobago going forward. So I'm willing to give a different commissioner, not that I didn't support the last ones, but you know, when there is a change, you could give somebody a benefit of a doubt that something going to change. And I have been praying, hoping, wishing, all kind of thing that our police service improves. I have been praying, hoping, complaining, all kind of thing. I know what other word to use, that our police service improves. And I'm willing to give somebody else now, because leadership matters. Right? Yes, everybody's contribution matters tremendously as well. But leadership does matter. All you don't know how much leadership matters? Well, sit back, not sit back, get involved, look on, see the type of difference that Ms. Bissessa is making and will make. So I given this new commissioner the benefit of the doubt, that a support again, that changes can be made. You say all hands on deck. I beg Trinidad and Tobago to put all hands on deck. You know, I've made some suggestions to the Minister of National Security, and I'll make some more and follow up on them as they get active in progressively dealing with certain things, so that we can build back trust. Now, he spoke about trust as well. Trust in the service, because we want to feel safe when we call and we tell them, hey, this is what's going on in my community. Hey, this little fool walking around all day with a gun, you know, just waiting to shoot somebody. We want to feel safe. We want to feel as though it will matter. We want to see proper policing. Right? I don't want to have to pull out my phone as soon as an officer is about to pull me over or deal with me. I would love that as soon as he approaches me, good morning, sir, good evening, how you doing? He has his body camera on. I'm sure he will say good morning, good evening when he see me. Not just because he notices me, but because he have on a body cam. But also because he's trained properly, and also because he understands this important role that he's playing. That's where we want to go. So I also heard the Minister of National Security at this same ceremony speak about it. Of course, he spoke about the importance as well of body armor, of bulletproof vests. Sure, excellent, most important. And he spoke about the government providing the supplemental funds to ensure that body cameras, I don't know what happened with the old ones, because tada back and all with that, right? I don't know if PNM ministers had them home wearing them or what. That's being silly, right? But they had body cameras that was procured before, that they didn't fulfill whatever contract with some company, that they have now in storage racking up fees, that the old company that would have procured are now carrying the TTPS and whichever agency that is owing them on whatever contract to court. Just mess, right? I hope that our government could clean up that mess. If those cameras are good and fit for use, get them into working as soon as possible. And obviously, if there are issues with the bulletproof vest that our servicemen are wearing, then provide them with better. Provide them with better. I would like to advance in my humble knowledge of some of these things, that if the proper training is given to officers, there will be less likely situations where there's the loss of life and the endangerment of not only the officers' lives but other people's lives as well. If there's proper training, proper execution of duties as well. And again, these body cameras are going to assist. You can analyze the responses of officers to issues. You can analyze the response. You could improve. It's not just to penalize per se, no. You could improve on the actions that they take in certain circumstances. You could see gaps in training. You could assess the public service skills. You could realign personnel. You see, you's a, I don't want to say, you have less than suitable communication skills. You need to work in a department that does not entail public service. Or you need some more training, sir. That's where we have to reach. Small things could make a tremendous difference. You know how wonderful it would be for us as a people to have a service where it's good morning and good evening. Good morning and good morning to the people online. Right? Good morning. It would be tremendously blessed to have that love, to have that accountability. That's one of the next problems we have, right? So we're looking on at Parliament and we're seeing that Parliament is streaming live. And we know that everyone sitting there, everyone speaking is accountable to us. Whatever you say, we know, and we hearing and we seeing, and we judging, and we could compare and we could go and check. Right? So we know where improvements need to come. To the new members of the House of Representatives in particular, you know where you may have some little shortcomings. Improve yourself. Get the assistance to improve yourself. I myself, yesterday, I had a little online matter, and even me, I stutter, I make a little mistake, in approaching the court when I was speaking to the court. But with experience, with time, but also with effort, you will improve yourself. So make the effort. Likewise, for the Speaker of the House, who is doing a good job, but a challenging one in an extremely combative environment. I think everybody just settling down, and obviously the licks that PNM get over the last election had them rattled too now. It's not easy. It had, when your mother gave you a good pot spoon on your backside, it had to sit down straight for a while too. Or maybe it just sit down straight. I know. But for them bad children on the opposite side, like it's a little difficult to sit down quiet now. And that pot spoon hot in the backside now. So, it's challenging at first. But pay attention, Trinidad and Tobago, as well, to our business. Because the substantive commissioner of police was approved. And so much responsibility lies with that institution, that organization. Because they, in the structure of our society, have the responsibility to carry arms, to respond to violent crime and other things. They have the ability and they have the responsibility. I have certain responsibility as a man, but I'm curtailed in my ability until I get through with my FUL or whatever to respond to certain things. They have that training. They have the authority to arrest. They have the tools, and they're being given more tools to deal with what needs to be dealt with. Good morning to Ian Allen as well this morning, right? And blessings. A tremendous job that he does as well in gathering information and putting it forward to the public. Well, that's the public part of it for, sorry to say entertainment, right? Crime is entertainment, and that's kind of sad in a kind of way, right? But also, that information, the police service feeds off of that information as well, and is able to then act. Are dealing with a sphere of issues that we face as a country. This crime and this criminality this morning, right? That we need to deal with. We need to improve. We can't go on living like this. How people understand, above all, we cannot. We have a tendency sometimes to get accustomed to something and it becomes the new reality and it's okay to us because we are accustomed to it. Tell yourself this morning, parents, young ones who are listening, tell yourself that we cannot go on living like this. Trinidad must improve. Right? So for those who thought I was just taking issue with our standard and the society the way it was before, for some kind of political whatever, blah, 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 get real. I actually care about my country because I live in my country. I care about myself. I care about my children. Stop thinking small. So the issues that we still have, because they didn't go away election day, they didn't go away. Now we have to confront them together. Now we have to encourage our leaders to do what needs to be done. And I will not shy away from that responsibility at all. Yes, thank you very much. I saw one of the people online say, you know, your program, you're very fair and whatever. Yes. I will be harassing the ministers of national security because it's too different if they don't do what they're supposed to do. In time, respectfully. And if they get disrespectful, well, we will course on them, so to speak colloquially, right? Because that is our right as citizens. We're giving the commissioner the benefit of the doubt. We're giving him the support. We're giving our other leaders the support. But obviously, we have that right. I just give officers full respect. But if you come wrong, I'm coasting on you, so to speak. And that is what citizens need to do. Citizens need to also hold a standard for others and for yourselves. So blessings, he deal with themselves first, and then he also went on to deal with the children and the parents of children. That's where a lot of the problems lie in the society. The parents obviously have fallen short to a certain degree, and the children now are an issue. And both areas we need to work on socially. You saw the mental space of a young man who admitted to killing a young woman. I don't know how substantive that confession, whatever video is, that all along. Alright? And we'll go into it a little further and we'll take some calls right after the break. 342-0081 4665-391. Let's take the break.
Got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM for Gospel in the Bone Ministry every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. for the program God's Last Warning Message. Hosea chapter 4 says, "Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood toucheth blood." Remember, every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. for the program God's Last Warning Message with Gospel in the Bones Ministry, right here on the Street 919 FM.
Are you searching for answers to life's questions? Those things that disturb and concern you the most? Why all the wickedness? Why the suffering in the world? Will it end? Who is responsible? Well, if so, join us right here on The Street 91.9 FM every Sunday from 5 to 6 p.m. with Brother Samuel Gooding and Roland White, where we open the Bible and find answers to all these things and more. For it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God.
J.E. Guide Funeral Home and Crematorium Limited is a family-friendly funeral service provider serving the nation for over 75 years. We provide at-need and pre-need services at our two locations, 120 Coffee Street, San Fernando, and Craignish Village, Princestown. Contact us at any time at 235-5049 and 652-4261. or find us on Facebook and Instagram. We are family-driven, family-centered.
Planning your Tobago getaway? Choose the highest Google-rated car rental company on the island, O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago. Located just minutes from the A&R Robinson International Airport, at O'Neill, we pride ourselves on being the most tech-savvy car rental company in Tobago. Our process is 100% digital. No paperwork, no long lines. From easy pickup to seamless returns, renting a car in Tobago has never been simpler. WhatsApp us now at 1-868-361-1042 to book your vehicle. Don't forget to mention promo code RADIO2 to receive a 5% discount on your rental. Send a WhatsApp message to 1-868-361-1042 today. That's 1-868-361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago, the easiest, most reliable car rental experience on the island.
Vehicle availability is subject to change. Driver must be at least 25 years old and have a valid driver's license to book. For more information, visit www.rentalcartobago.com.
Don't miss June savings at Furniture Plus. Get up to 50% off shop appliances, furniture, electronics, mattresses, and more. Buy now, pay later with affordable higher purchase plans. Plus, earn Caribbean Airlines. Travel miles with your purchase. Visit any Furniture Plus stores or shop online.
TNT, get ready, get hungry, and get to the hut because it's lunchtime! From pizzas to pastas, breadsticks to cinnamon rolls, Pizza Hut's all-you-can-eat lunch buffet is all yours for only $55. Sundays to Thursdays, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and extended to 4 p.m. on Sundays. Check socials for info on selected locations nationwide and take your hunger to the hut. Pizza Hut, now that's delivering.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Chamfleur, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancements cost $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. in the morning on The Street 919 FM radio. Here my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
there, I'm Lester Suklal, inviting you to join me on the first, second, and third Saturday, 8:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the program Slow Gospel Music, and on the fourth and fifth Saturday from 8:30 p.m. for an extended version of Slow Gospel Music on Street 91.9 FM.
Whoever said messy was a bad thing totally missed the point. Take that hit song everyone loves now. It probably started like this. Baby, calm down. That's why KFC is celebrating the messy moments with our Messy Cruncher and Messy Zinger sandwiches for only $34.95. Imagine a crunchy, golden brown, flavorful chicken sandwich sauced to perfection with our signature sweet, spicy, tangy sauces. Oh boy. So crunch into the deliciously messy moments today. Check socials for details. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Good morning again to Trinidad and Tobago. We are back and we're just discussing the transition in leadership in the police service and essential service to Trinidad and Tobago. One that we want to see succeed. One that we depend on tremendously, right? I was trying to protect myself in a very interesting way. I try to protect myself by assisting people as much as possible, living good in my community, meeting the poor and those who need before they come to take what you have. You know, maybe Trinidad and Tobago should try that too. Maybe we should try that as well, because it has worked for me in my life as well. Morning, caller.
Hey, blessed morning, Fuad.
Yeah, man. What happening? Blessed morning.
That's good every time, man, and good will follow.
That is all. That is all.
Yeah. Well, Fuad. Today's parliament budget readout or something today?
Mid-year review today, yeah.
Mid-year review?
Mid-year review.
I see the man who get a Kobo sweat. But I won't call him the Prime Minister because the Puhi there, small pen. We look into that 87 million to revoke that.
Yeah, 87,000.
87,000?
Yeah, that's the monthly pension, I think you would have been getting. Yeah, they're going to revoke it, yeah.
We could do with our money right now on the ground, that's much of people to feed, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. That little bit could go a long way in the communities.
Yeah, it could go a long way, and more people money to take away people pension and disability and all them kind of things, and the food care and things. You know what people can get help with our money there? You will never in my book as a Prime Minister there, you know.
Yeah.
We will look into that later. I know that man will be out there, you guys take your time, and I love to understand, love and respect.
Yeah, man, love and respect.
Keep on doing good, man, and good will follow.
Yeah, man, 100%. Yeah, so they are amending the act to ensure that anomaly does not take place. Morning, caller, morning.
Good morning, Mr. Abubakar.
Hey, morning. What's the name that I could address you as? Sorry?
They normally say West, you know?
West? Well, I will work with West. That's not bad.
Right. Yeah. You touched on a very important topic there this morning with respect to the police. And I don't know the correct term, maybe renewal of the police service, but you need to professionalize the police service, and you have to deal with it from all angles. You spoke about training, you talk about discipline, the question of recruitment, right? The question of responsibility, and question that you have people who you call senior superintendents, and they're in different divisions and responsibilities. You don't even know who is the senior superintendent for whatever division. You don't know. I heard on Ian Allen's program sometimes, a fellow called Smith, but he appeared to be doing his work. Some people in Central, but you don't know. If you go to any serious police service, and in the past, that was when the British left here. That is what existed. You knew who was the inspector of the police service in the station, in the district where you live.
Yeah,
you know the corporal, you know the sergeant.
Yeah.
You don't know nobody.
Yeah.
They have no interaction with it. This is when we talk about neighborhood policing and whatnot, community policing. And the fact the police, they need to be visible in the communities. The people must know who they must call on.
Yeah. I don't know which department this commissioner of police was working in, but do you know him previously?
Well, let me tell you, the first time I heard about him is when this thing came through the service commission, you know.
Yeah, I just find that interesting because I myself have had a lot of interaction with police officers.
I heard he was in special branch.
Oh, well, maybe that's why, you know.
Yeah, but he was away from the
public.
Yes, and that might have been a good thing in one way.
Yeah, it must have an explanation why I really do not know the individual much at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he has a task. He has a serious task at hand.
Yeah.
And he has to deal with the politics within the police service as a whole.
Yeah.
He has to do with the issue of groups and formal groups and all these different things within the leadership issues. He may have to deal with, well, he may have the skill. But the fact remains is that he has to apply that skill in order to find his way through. But I'm saying he has a very difficult task at hand. Because people who understand most of these, even the public service, the whatever, the fire service, all these services, you have certain organizational behavioral issues that you have to deal with.
Yeah.
Because there are people who may be satisfied and dissatisfied with the fact that he came from wherever and he's no commissioner. They don't want that. They don't want to cooperate. They want to undermine all that kind of thing. People believe that when you run this organization, it's just you go there and you're in charge, you know.
You listen to him in his speech. I actually listened a bit, right? You know what he said? He dreamed of being the police commissioner. And in my mind, one time I say, but he was having a nightmare.
Yes, because it's not easy. If you go to a village council sometime and in the old days, I was never part of that. But the point about it, even in those little organizations, you have challenges. In the church, you have challenges. And in that police service as it is there, because that I believe that police service to some extent has been politicized.
Yeah.
And therefore, you have those who support this one, and I'm saying is that he has a Herculean task.
Yeah. He has a tremendous task. I'm telling you, when I hear him say that, I scratch my head. I say, he dream. That's a nightmare. So I hope he prepared for the nightmare.
I hope he's not being naive.
Well, I saw some skillful. He ensured that he gave a standing ovation to Mr. Benjamin, who served for a very short period of time. You know, so I seen some little political skill in the way that he maneuver, you know, but...
And the other aspect of it, and I think that over the years, I don't know if when the police officers go into training, whether in fact they bring them aware of certain procedures, certain laws and whatnot, and guide them in terms of how they conduct themselves, the relationship between themselves and politicians.
Yeah.
Because the police service ought to be independent.
Yeah.
And you have judgment of Thomas and the Attorney General, is a leading judgment. And what it's talk about insulating the Police Service Commission and the police as a whole from the politician.
From the politician,
Which is critical.
Yeah.
Because we have seen over the years certain senior police officers, not just the commissioner, leaning towards the political parties.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they understand the role.
We do not want a police service that will go after people based on political directives. We do not want that. We do not want the persecution of anyone for political favor. So is that something extremely we have to be extremely cautious about?
So they must understand the whole doctrine of separation of powers.
Yeah.
Not just as we talk about inter-separation of powers, but intra-separation of powers.
Yeah.
And when we talk about inter-separation of powers, we know about the branches of government.
Yeah.
Right, the judiciary. And what we're talking about, where in fact you have the intra part have to do with when you have the Attorney General Department and the DPP is there, also part falls under that department.
Yeah.
You have the Solicitor General, but he cannot interfere with the running of the DPP.
Yeah.
That is what we refer to as intra, and the same thing with the Minister of National Security. Or not to interfere with the Police Commission in terms of seeking to influence and the running of the police directly. Yeah. So these things, they have to teach this because apparently they're not aware of it. And another thing, a lot of waste that seems to be taking place within the public service also. When people reach 58, 59, they send them on course all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
When they come back, they make no contribution towards uplifting the poor. That's a waste of resources. And the government have to look at that. And it appears to me that certain people give their people a big holiday to go away.
Right.
And they have a good time. Tell them all about in Germany. Sometimes they give them training that is not related to the job they're doing. It has nothing to do with what they're doing.
Right.
So this is a way the government are begging them, check into those things.
Yeah.
Waste some money.
Yeah.
I don't want to take too much of your time.
Yeah, no, thank you very much for your contribution. It is so important that we understand governance and the institutions that affect our everyday lives as well. Eh? So pay attention. Let us spend the time to understand it. Morning, caller.
Morning. One love, brother.
All the time, one love.
How we fighting up with our system so much, and we ain't thinking about the British system.
Go ahead, I lost you a little bit, but go ahead.
The system for them. You understand what I'm saying? I don't even know about it.
No, we lose you a little bit there. Just repeat what you said. I think we're just having a little problems with the WhatsApp call there. Good morning, caller.
Hey, Paul, morning.
Morning.
Yeah, the caller just before this one that lost his connection.
Yeah.
He was talking about the public service and where you send people for training at a late age, which is about 58, he said, right?
Yeah.
You know what I find is that problem, and I'm glad somebody actually raised it in a sense that we hear where they say NIS, the national insurance, it don't have enough money now, and they're having problems. People take NIS, it's a long process because they say that there's some problem with NIS, right?
Yeah, a shortfall in monies to pay out, yeah.
But you know what's the problem for? And it's because of what they did years ago and they have been doing that caused this problem. You see those people in public service who retired and they got their gratuity and they're getting a pension, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're hiring back these same people now on contract, paying them big money. So now they're getting a next salary, they're getting their pension, and they have the gratuity. And people who coming out of the universities and all these schools, right? It have no job for them.
Yeah, don't have any.
People who retired, they're coming back and take from the position. So when the people who are supposed to retire, like we said 3-4 years before they retire, you train the people under them. So when they retire, they move on. The people under them move up to their position, and then the university graduates get into the workforce. So how would you get the NIS money if you don't have the people to come and to get a job to pay NIS? And that is something they need to look at. Stop retiring with retirees.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you very much. Definitely they need to rethink those processes as well. Definitely the part of the NIB that does investments as well needs to look carefully at the way that they invest money. I was amazed, you know, it was amazing to me to see this new NIB building around the Savannah. I think hundreds of millions of dollars to build, right? And then you say you don't have money to pay, you know, citizens when they retire, and that doesn't make sense to me. They have a court at the bottom that has not been filled with tenants. So who really conceptualized that investment? Morning caller, go ahead.
Good morning. Listen to your program. Your program well balanced and well educated. Those fellas and them that hold anything in their hand to go and hold up people if they listen to your program. They will change their mind and they will go good. They will know that life has work. You have to work to earn.
Yeah.
You don't just sit down and wait to earn. If they listen to your program
Yeah.
and they listen to TCN and BNM program, they will say, look, let me go and sell some nuts by the road. If you look at coming in by the airport and the roundabout, people buying pine and coming to sell.
Yeah.
Rascals selling nuts. People selling water. Now, I want to explain something for the Duncy head ones. They say, Mr. Duke said, and people are saying that camera slogan was, when UNC win, everybody wins. So people mustn't do nothing at all. Everybody must get a walk here, a walk there, a walk there, a walk there. You have to work. If you have your cocoa land, you have to go in it.
Yeah.
If you're planting your garden and all the rain and this kind of cocoa, you have to go.
Yeah.
So when everybody wins. People stupid. Water price won't go up. Light price are going up. No property tax. Food price are going up. We have to tighten with belt. We have to eat cassava. You remember the tightening of the belt and we eating cassava?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So when you have sugar and pressure, you would have to eat cassava. So yes, son, you don't see everybody go win. TNL win, UNC win, everybody win because everything going one way. Right or wrong. But come out and work.
Have to work. You have to work. You have to work.
Come out and sweep somebody yard.
Yeah.
Come out.
Clean the bottles out of the drain. Do something.
Come out and do something.
Yeah.
You have to work. I was a single parent. I do not agree with psychologists and psychiatrists and all them foolishness and criminologists because I was a single parent. Strict vegetarian, non-alcoholic, didn't know to travel. And morning, I waking up and I have that habit. Sleeping 11 and getting up 3 and granny still here. And when I come outside, I'm planting something because I would not have to buy that.
Yeah.
And then again, you're looking at the budget because if something happened to your children, you don't have to go to our family or nobody, no matter your poor, no matter you have no big job, no matter you have no nice house. You plant something, you buy 4 green mango. You make dal, rice, and mango. You eat the mango and dal and rice for lunch to keep some, and you make roti for dinner so your children could go to school.
Yeah.
Not because the Prime Minister eating jam, lamb, and ham. I have to eat that too. I have to watch what I have to do.
Yeah. Respect, you know? Mom. Respect, Mom. Thank you very, very much. Respect. Yeah. All you learn how to live, eh? Mom call we there to teach we how to live. Mom call us to teach us how to live. My father used to say, sit down and hang your hat. Right? Don't stand up and hang your hat. And then when your car get up, your car reach it. Don't overreach. Let what you have do for you. Go ahead, President. Morning.
Morning. So, good morning, Imam Fuad. Good morning.
Good morning, Honorable President. Welcome.
Yeah, everything. I'm listening to you. I hear PFC asked a question there about the money that that Skjotong had to get. They're revoking that.
Yeah. They are amending the legislation to address it. Yeah.
He alone or the whole set?
No. Anybody in the future, I think it will be applying to his circumstance as well, would not be able to get that amount of money as pension if they serve for such a short period of time. So it's just that loophole where he was there for 1 month and going and get this huge prime minister pension. That is what they're going to deal with as far as I am aware. Specifically that. They're not going to roll back everybody else's salary.
All right, I think that's appreciable because with my consciousness, I definitely say he was never no prime minister. We didn't put him there as the such. That's why they out. We didn't put him inside of there, so he wasn't a prime minister. I would satisfy Dr. Rowley thing because it was set to get where he had to get, and he served his time. He out now, well, whatever. But that is a good thing revoking whoever just, and it was really good to be here alone for one little moment you're there and tell me about your prime minister, and we didn't put you there. Okay, the next movement I want to talk about is yesterday you put out a proposal to matter for being Faizabad.
Yes. We're going to Labor Day. Yeah.
Well, I want to burst a bubble that I wouldn't be there because the fact remains is that in my present position right now, I would hear what Roger and them had to say. Basically, that is the Labour group. Not that against Labour, nothing like that. I'm just not going to be there at the present moment. With my ability and everything right now, I rather to stay out of crowd. I will talk my mind. I rather to stay out of crowd. I going against governments. I would rather to stay out of crowd. What I'm doing on the radio, it's working very well for everybody. You have an organization. If in one moment in time you invite me to the organization in a group, you will find me there. I am not going to be in any crowd in my time today. So I'll talk in my mind plain, and I hope you understand that I'm not going to be in no heavy crowd because I don't know what's going to be the matter next.
No problem, Prezi. No problem, Prezi. Go ahead. Anything else?
All right. No. Well, I really ain't going into nothing. I just wanted to make sure that you understand that I'm a group something where there's going a thing. I dealing with my groups. Anyhow, we take it. If we have to solidarity for anything or whatever. But I'm not going to be in that. I will hear Roger and them. I'll be accustomed hearing Roger what is Roger put out. You understand? So that is my position for the moment. I hope you could really understand me.
Yeah, man. Love and respect all the time. All right?
All right. Okay, well, I ain't going to teach no set of politics this morning with this new.
All right, nice. Yeah, love and respect. So, we're speaking about separation of powers. All right, you call him back. Let me see if... sorry, the line was giving trouble earlier. Morning.
Morning, yeah. One love, man.
One love all the time.
Yeah, Abu. Yeah, my God.
Loud and clear. Go ahead.
Yeah. How come we get so much problem with crime and commissioner and police and all that thing? And when your father was alive, God bless him, good man, these bad boys and all these criminals and them, they had these fellas, bad as a man, under control and everything was kind of, what about that system? That system was okay. Tell me something about it.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
No problem. I trying to tell the Prime Minister about it too. Don't worry. That's right. So hopefully she go listen as well because she was around in those times with Pandy as well.
Yeah, because watch me. All this money spending, all this big talk, all this pretty thing, and your father had things in such a control that all these baddies and boys, and it was quiet and cool and nice.
Yeah.
So that system was working. Now it might sound like a radical thing, but what I said, it was working for the citizens of the country. Not so?
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
I just put it on the thing, but I observed something with Devilman Rowley. All of a sudden, Rowley
I laugh at that
is
name.
the nicest. All of a sudden, boy, he's the nicest man in the country, and he's peaceful, and he crossing his leg when he's talking, and he's so humble, and that is a Satan, boy. If you ever see Satan, die Satan. Yeah, brother.
Thank you very much, Kola.
Have a good day.
You too. Yeah, I really see him in a picture at Bishop's Tobago. I think it was their 100th year anniversary, and they were talking about Tobagonians contributing to Trinidad and Tobago. Go ahead, Kola. Morning. Morning. I was wondering if it was you, because normally you give us this beautiful serenade earlier, but we're taking it now, eh? We're taking it.
All right. Well, listen. This is one of Mr. Roger's song he might sing tomorrow.
All right.
Mr. Poppy will sing.
All right.
Oh, God, all help us ages past, and hope for years to come, and shelter us from the stormy blast, and our eternal home. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I actually don't know that one too good. I don't know that one. And I feel like a labor man too. Right? And we all labor in different ways. And Mom before was telling us, everybody have to work. I passed on St. Paul Street yesterday. Excellent to see so many young men working on the project. There's a building going up right in the corner of St. Paul Street. Excellent to see so many young men working along the Eastern Main Road. HGC also building some buildings there. Excellent to see young men involved in work, working hard. Congratulations, respect to the contractors there who organizing with the community. I actually see the contractor, the main contractor on one of the sites there all the time. So he cracked the code. He know how to work with these young men in those communities as well. We have to work. That energy and that strength has to be put to use. Let us understand this as a society as well. That the devil finds mischief still for idle hands to do. And we cannot have a society where our young men and women are idle. They will get involved in stupidness. And a lot of the nonsense that we see in today in our society is because of idleness. Now we have to take those opportunities that exist and bring them for these young people to get involved in. For the structural problems of our society, we are responsible. Or they keep looking at little children and blaming the little children, and it's big adults responsible. It's big adults responsible. We must do better. So the caller will talk about the strategy, and yes, there's a strategy that my father would have used to deal with crime in Trinidad and Tobago. Discipline, order. There was a certain level of order in the streets of Trinidad and Tobago. Now it's just disorder. And some of our leaders past have contributed to the disorder because they prefer to be in charge of disorder than someone else have power creating order. Understand that? Sorry to tell all of that. But some people prefer disorder when they are in charge. Some people have invested in the destruction of order in our society. Some people prefer a negative community leader than a progressive one who will demand the rights of the community. Sorry to tell all you. I'm sorry to tell all you. So think about it. But Miss Bissessa, our Prime Minister now, was part of the Pandey regime, which I think really had the best circumstance and the best relationship with my father. You know, my father and Mr. Pandey were very, very, very close. Very close. Not now, I ain't saying now, not in 1995 and beyond that period of time where Mr. Pandey was our Prime Minister, right? But before, right? So he would have been able to really work with my father in a certain way, and they were able to deal with crime and order in Trinidad and Tobago. And just look back at the statistics, you will see. You know, thereafter, my father also had a decent relationship at different points in time with Mr. Manning as well, and would have assisted at different points. And again, at the point in time where they had a very, very good relationship, and he was empowered and given the opportunity to contribute positively to this society, he did a tremendous job. Who don't know, who want to believe the lies, who want to believe whatever the papers say and whatever say or whatever, that is all here. Who on the ground, who live in life for real, because it are people living life up in the air in Trinidad, a little small group so. But for who know, no. Who don't know, they don't know. And we don't, and I'm saying we don't because I am a product of my father in many ways, right? We don't tolerate nonsense. We don't tolerate you going and kill a woman for whatever reason. Come on. We don't tolerate that. This madness in the society where, you know, just small-minded, weak behavior. Come on. The sickness in the society as well. The society a little sick too. Respect women. And I'm passing along by the Aberton in Port of Spain, and I'm looking at the building for the homeless being built, right? And I saying to one of my colleagues, I say, we really need a battered woman home. And it's not, you not to call it that, just a home, a safe place for women to escape some of these men. We need a safe space so that, you know, sometimes because they're in a particular situation financially or otherwise, they don't have anywhere to go, right? And just to survive, to move away, to get away from abuse. That is desperately needed on a larger scale in our society, you know? And I hope that Ms. Vandana and others who are involved in that ministry could assist as best as possible in freeing people from very, very treacherous circumstances where their lives are at risk, right? The social issues that we face. I didn't really want to go into it too much today, but we have a proliferation of HIV in Trinidad and Tobago. Nobody is paying attention. But it is a mess. Everybody involved with everybody. Where the morals, where the standards? And everybody just acting crazy and doing all kind of not responsible acts. And then when you check, you are exposed and affected. Come on, speak to all your daughters, speak to all your sons. Come on, whoever, talk to each other in your community. Let your partner know, hey, bro, what you really doing? Slow that speed. You careful, you know what you're doing, brother? Because there is a problem. There is a serious problem. And it has the potential, it's spreading, the problems are spreading. If something is not becoming better, it's becoming worse. So, let us really think about it clearly. Please, Trinidad and Tobago. Right? Let us think about it carefully. Right? Let us think about it. As I said, my brother, I will offer solutions. And I believe they want solutions. The transition has taken place. As you could see, we have a new commissioner of police. We're going to have a new deputy commissioner of police as well. Mr. Meister, blessings. Finally does carry himself well. We have work to do as a society. Put on all your body cameras. It was no two ways about it with me, but I think the current Prime Minister has that strength to demand that it be done. And I think even Mr. Alexander understands that that is going to be done. There's money allocated again for procurement. So don't feel they're going to hide the 3,000 cameras with people who want working traffic detail, Nah. Yeah, the officers who interacting with the public, yes. But you see the special operations units, you see the response units. Rotate the cameras on them. Whoever going out to respond, to deal with circumstances, to whatever, rotate the cameras, you all take it, leave it on all the time. We assess performance. Let we put some performance incentives in the police service as well. Okay, it can't be licks alone, it can't be only stick. Let we get some carrot as well. Those assessments will also go towards your desire to move forward in the service. And everybody want to be of rank. Let we rebuild a society based on merit. We're based on what you do, based on your hard work, based on your intelligence, based on your moral strength. You are afforded the opportunity to move up. We want more stories of people moving from cleaner to clerical staff to leader. Putting in the work. Putting in that work. Let us reward manners and respect and morals and values. Let us reward that. Upward mobility cannot just be for psychopaths and as we colloquially say, kiss bottom. We get some little guidelines from Taton language to use on the radio, right? So I'm just being cautious as well. I ain't come here to be obscene, but I come here to speak the truth, and if the truth offends, well, take licks. Take licks. People who are unwavering, regardless of political dictates. People who are unwavering. So, a commissioner who was on top of the merit list, agreed to, gone through, by both government and opposition, well, both are government combined, right? By both sides of the house, agreed to by both. That's what we want to see. No hand picking, no objection because you feel that person might be not inclined to do what you want them to do. We must have a commissioner of police who will investigate whoever, government and opposition. Now that is a little bigger task there. Because we talk about separation of powers, but security at tenure, independence of offices where you have tenure for a certain period of time and it cannot be broken just like that. So not because you see something wrong and you speak about it, they're going to penalize you and remove you from the position that you have. We don't want that. We don't want that. That is counterproductive to a strong society, to a fair society. And when we say the mantra or whatever, UNC wins, everybody wins, that's what it means as well. It means that in the functioning of your society, there's fairness. So everybody has the opportunity to win. And this is the benefit. I spoke a little bit about good and strong leadership. Strong leadership ensures that what the standard is met and kept. If all I didn't know, it's not only Imbert and them afraid, this small but formidable woman, is not only Imbert afraid she, and those on the next side. I tell you, they're afraid she. It's not only the fake elite who dominate our society and benefit tremendously while just looking at us suffer, who freed this small woman, this small old woman. Yeah, they like to say she old. No, there's a healthy fear even within the institution of this UNC coalition for this small old lady. That is a healthy fear. There was a healthy fear that my father would have put in the recesses of those who want to do evil in this society. There's a healthy fear that he would have put. Because without that fear, godless people just do anything. Godless people, if they have no fear, they just do anything, they advantage anybody. So we had to know what we're creating. We had to know what type of place we want to live in. We had to know what kind of place we want to live in. Yeah, man, go ahead.
Bless them, man, for it.
Yeah, man.
You know what you did with your old man? Remember the white locusts be passing around and going on all them truck blocks and them?
The green van too, boy. I ain't really know the white Lotus. I know about the green van.
Well, the green van.
The green van. You is a young fella. You never get licked something. You.
To get get strokes and things.
Yeah, you was a good fella too, and plus you young. I don't think you passed through them days.
For as 40-something years in the politics,
Right.
as a man looking to resign and go with my family and
you're looking to resign?
But yeah, but I come back out, I go back and do what I love. I love rock.
Right.
Rock and volcanoes.
Come off the radio now, boy. Right, blessings, brother. Yeah. No. Career politicians, right? They had to pry it out of his hands, in my opinion. I think for those who manage the PNM, and all they would know what it means to manage the PNM, right? They would have dictated that he move because he had not a chance in heaven or in hell of facing the polls. I think all I think is licks Stuart Young or whoever PNM get. If Dr. Rowley had stayed there, boy, you would have seen licks. The whole map might have been yellow. Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Good morning again, Mr. Paul.
Yeah, man. Pleasant morning.
PNM partner from Arena, right?
Hey, welcome.
One time. Well, I see that the present Commissioner of Police intends to deal with crime in the way we should. Holding the bull by the horn, dealing with parenting.
Yeah.
For the longest while I've been saying on this airway and all the other stations, deal with parenting, you deal with crime.
Yeah.
For too long, my friend, we believe that verbal abuse doesn't mean anything. We believe that the law in the home is the law of the land. But we have the Quran, the Bible. We have the law of the land, which coincides with the law of the Bible and the Quran.
Yeah, supposed to be.
And once we follow that, we'll be lying. But we want to run the home by what mommy say or daddy say, even though it's not conducive to good living.
Yeah.
And we need to look at that. I like how the new Commissioner of Police, the direction in which he's going. I think he needs to get some answers. But more than that, let me encourage, as I normally do, my African people especially, that working is a thing that we should love. Working is a thing that everyone should love.
Yeah.
I think, yes. You continue to emphasize on that as I listen to you. I want to compliment you on a nice program. I think I hear on 91.9 yesterday afternoon, like they have a fresh program to start from 4 to 6.
Nice.
Normally from 12 to 4 is a nice program as well. I call in there. So I just want to encourage my African people, especially, I won't say only my African people, stay away from trouble.
Yeah.
Get yourself involved in things that is conducive to good living.
Yeah.
Be aware that there is a difference to the love of power and the power of love, my friend.
Yeah, man.
Let us go there and do our part. This thing is not for the police service alone.
Exactly, yeah.
This thing is for all the teaching service, the postal service, the fire service. I hear the Commissioner of Police mention for the police officers to be better role models.
Yeah.
But we parents, a man going out with an armless jersey, you traveling, that is aware. A man going to drop his little daughter to school, the pants falling on the bottom, and sit there behind the ears, and he walking on the road normal.
Yeah.
Brother, we need to pick up sticks. I just urging the population to listen to this program between 6:30 and 8 a.m. and let us pick up sticks.
Yeah.
You understand, my friend? Thank you for a nice program, Dr. and listen, my friend.
Yeah, man. Blessings to you as well. So we have to find ways as well to teach parents how to to parent, right? And that has to be a mission for us as leaders in our society. I will embark upon it as well. I know some of the older people help us at times when we discuss the topic in the past. We as parents, we have our struggle. I am struggling with my children to teach them as be overly concerned. You have different stimulus, stimuli, forces stimulus, plural, right? Coming into their minds. And you have to now counteract that. So it's not easy being a parent. I laughing, complaining to my sisters up to yesterday, you know. So what I tell them, I say, is all this I have to do is 2 jobs, I have 3, you know, and less work, because you really have to do that work with children. You really have to debrief them, clarify the stuff that they get, because they get in negative stuff as well. And you have to reinforce positive stuff in them. When they get conflicting messages. So my daughter asked me, well, who to listen to? And I have to tell her, well, what is right, right? So you have to also assess what is right by what God say. And not easy. So as part of the program as well, I want to help people to learn how to be parents. And I think that is a tremendous skill that needs to be taught in our society. When you are a child, you don't really learn it because you are a child. And it's being done, parenting is being done to you. So you might not remember. But when you become an adult, you have to struggle to find out how to parent. I studying if to beat, how to beat. You know, talk to them while you're scolding them. You know, if it's not working, if they're hitting back, what to do. It's a science, it's an art. And we need to help in our society. We need to empower parents. We need to give them the space economically as well. The assistance that they need so that they can dedicate some time to their children. Let us stop abusing workers. And on that note, yes, as President say he's not going, but everybody else, please join me tomorrow. Join Labour tomorrow in Faizabad. Or they can look for me. Right? We will be in green. We are with banner and stuff up as well. Let us come out. Let us join together. Let us stand up firm for Labour, which means a better society, a stronger society. Stronger people will make a stronger society. Right? So we wish the new commissioner all the best. We wish the deputy commissioner to be installed soon as well. We want to encourage our servicemen, and we want to ask Trinidad and Tobago, let's step up and make our nation better. Blessings.
And so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.